associated with. And I'd like to take this opportunity to wish each and every one of the bowlers the very best of luck. Gentlemen, you are off to 21 up. And I would ask that you continue to abide by the rule that we strictly apply regarding stamping. Please, gentlemen, no stamping on the green. If a ball is deliberately stamped, that ball will be removed. Following tonight's event, the presentation will take place in the club after the bowling, followed by a concert. Please feel free to join us. Well, it's not free, it'll cost you 50 pence, but there are tickets available behind the bar. Looking around the green, you'll notice that we have got two cameras. One camera will be concentrating on one semi-final, the other camera will be concentrating on the other semi-final, and in fact there will be commentary taking place, and then the final will be videoed. It will then be edited, and there will be a video available to anyone who wants to buy one or whatever, showing the first semi-final, the second semi-final, and then the final. Without further ado, I thank you again very much indeed. And will you give a round of applause, please? The first semi-final on the green, Mike Leach of Preston and David Taberner of Garswood.
Okay, so here we go with the first semi-final. David Taberner from Garswood wins the toss and leads out. Going about 35-38 yards, thumb peg into the far corner. Loose a little bit short with his lead ball. Left it about 2 yards short, a little bit of room for Mike. Just wins it, that ball. Still a good yard short of the block. David's further with this, has a chance of winning this ball. Good ball that by David, dead length. Well, Mike's far enough this time. Chances of winning. Just run through on the low side. One to David Taberner. Both players are off 2 at 21, so David takes an early 3-2 lead. Now we're going thumb peg, cutting the green in half towards the club. About 30 yards. May have left it short again with his lead. A little bit on the tight side as well. Mike's on a better road with this one. Good ball by Mike Leach, about a foot short of the jack. David's on a better road this time. Swing round to the block with the length. May just have stayed out, I think Mike's on.
Second semi-final on the green, please. Will you please give a welcome to Norman Fletcher of Hinley.
Two good balls by Mike Leach. Mike's coming, finger peg mark, round peg mark coming off the crown, about 28 yards. Good ball, it's a dead length, nothing over. Now David, is he far enough this time? Just died, I think. I think Mike's on. Well, this is as far as his other. Good ball, gets another. That's two. David, I think he's a little bit too back with this. Don't think it'll do all that. May leave a brace. Two to Mike Leach. Leach now goes in front 6-3. Now this will be interesting. Mike's going down to the fast corner, thumb peg. It's Mike's first visit to the green and he's favoured the mark straight across the front of the club. That's where he's done all the damage so far. He played the mark very, very well against last year's winner Glenn Cookson and actually beat him 21-11 on this mark. A little bit over, that's the fastest corner of the green, that. Oh, David's found a real ball this time. Good ball, real ball. Mike's having a strike at it because he counted his own ball, I don't think, because he's straight behind the jack. Luke's underneath. Yeah, there's a little bit of room there for David to try and get another. Now then, has he left it short? Yeah. I think he was a little bit frightened running the jack down the fast corner to Mike's back boulder. Oh, it's one to David. It stops Mike going along his favourite edge that he's done so much damage in this tournament. It's his first visit to the green, Mike, and he's come and found that piece of land and he's played that in every game really, just up and down the side of the green, and it's done him well really. David's no stranger to this situation. In fact, David was in the 1984 final when he lost to Len Higginbottom, so he'll not be overawed, David won't, at this stage. That's a good lead. That's about 35 yards, that ball, and it's only about 18 inches past the block. I think Mike's a little bit short. Yeah, a good 2 feet short of the block, that. David's played again here. 2 fair balls though. I don't think Mike will be short at these this time though. He's further this time. Chances this ball. Chances this ball. May have just sneaked in. Yes, just made it. Good ball. And then of course Mike's going back to the fast corner hoping to get in, then he can go up the side of the green again. I'm sure David will have other ideas though. Well, it's never a bad ball this. Never a bad ball in that corner. Real ball. Good ball. Just shove the jack about 6 inches. And David's certainly far enough. He needs to connect with something with this. Just goes out and drops off the green. Well, Mike's there again. Can't quite see the jack from the commentary position at the minute. The referee just seems to be in the way. There we are, now we can see. I think that's better. Well, David, not as far with this one. Chances if it's on the road, this. Chances if it's on the road. Oh, just slipped by. It may slip off the green now. No, it's just bellied, but it may have left 2, I don't know. No, it's saved one. Good ball for nothing, that, David. Leach now takes an 8-4 lead, and I'm sure this time we'll see him go finger peg up the side of the club. And it's a mark this that you've certainly got to reach. If you're not far enough, the ball will just sink against the peg and it looks a bad ball, but it's only a foot short. But it's such a difficult mark to get a length that it catches quite a few players out of this. But I don't think it'll catch David. He's a local lad. He only plays up the road with Garswood Labour Club, so he knows this green quite well. Mike's played a lead, looks about 18 inches from the jack. David's far enough. So he knows it's a push that way, and he's caught him out a little bit. Instead of going a full distance, he's only gone above 19 metres with this one. And he's roundabout again with his second ball. 2 good balls though. And David may have turned over this time and gone straight peg, but he stayed on top. I think it leaves Mike 2 more. And David wants to be getting the jack now, otherwise Mike's going to have quite a lead. That's 10-4 at this stage. I'm sure David now would like a feel of the jack. Coming back, finger peg, straight peg into the fast corner. He usually plays this mark very, very well. Let's see what sort of a lead he makes. Well, it's never a bad ball. It's about 2.5 feet short of the jack. A little bit of room for David this time. Well, he's far enough. If he's on a road, he's far enough. That's a good ball. Good ball, a real ball. Just shunted the jack about 2 inches. Well, Mike's played at it. I don't think he's going to get it. I think he's short. Just give up. Now David may carry this ball. He may carry this ball. It's very, very risky if he's playing for another. Well, he's decided to play at it. Well, I think he's half-heartedly played at it. He couldn't afford to do any damage there. I think he would have been as well carrying that ball, really. We've got a slight difference in equipment as well for this semi-final. David's playing with wooden balls at £2.12, whereas Mike prefers to play with lignoids, which tend to need that little bit more pushing. But of course, he's obviously used to them, or else he wouldn't be using them at this stage of the game. Now David's made a poor lead there. He's a good 2 yards off the block. But then again, it's all uphill this way. Mike's not beat it, in fact. Mike's a good 2.5 yards short. Catches him out a bit, this Mark, especially in the damp conditions. It's been raining all afternoon. The sun's out now, but the green is still damp. It catches him out a little bit, this. That's better. He's a dead length this time. Well, Mike's further as well. May just come on the peg. May just peg out this ball. Yeah, just pegged out. I thought it might. One to David. Now that's intelligent play by David. He's playing along the Mike Leach's edge, but of course he's near the centre of the green, so if Mike gets in, he can't go along the edge because he'll not be able to get a mark. So that's intelligent play by David. And he's made a good lead this time. Good ball this. Difficult mark to get a length. He'll trickle on a little bit when they pass the jack. Well, Mike's not short. It'll run a little bit down the hill. It'll run a little bit yet. May have gone out that ball. David just asking the referee to have a look, see who's in. Must be very close. He just seemed to favour Mike's. He just pointed to Mike's ball. Well, David, you're a little bit too far this time unless he sits on Mike's ball. No, that's gone. So it looks like a chance of a double for Mike. Will it get another? Will it? It may have given up. Difficult to tell from this angle. Oh, just one to Mike. He's coming back to his best form now, Mike Leach. I saw him win the All England at Cleckheaton in 1984, and then he had a couple of years where he had trouble with his delivery, and he more or less gave the game up at one stage, but he seems to have overcome that and now playing as well as ever. Play another good ball, round peg, about 22 yards. Well, David's on a road this time. He's on a... Oh, he just sits in the back of Mike's ball. Unlucky ball. Well, will this get two? Another good ball. Two good balls off Mike Leach. Two good balls. And David, he can't beat those round pegs, so he's going to have a smack and see if he can knock the jack off the green. Oh, unlucky, unlucky. Just hit his own ball, left two more for Mike. That takes Mike into a 13-6 lead at this stage. So Mike sets the new mark. Finger peg into the stiff corner. That's the hardest corner of the green. You've got to make sure you reach these balls at this end. You need to play a foot past the jack, really. Seems to be on a good road. Yeah, he's leading well now, Mike, with the block. David, he looks just a little bit tight. Oh, unlucky. I think it's made Mike a back touch of that. Well, a little bit tight, but it makes two. It makes two, I think. That's two. Well, David, he may have been on the top. He's just on the top. Won't peg round if he gets too high at that mark. Left another two for Mike. He's beginning to break away now a little bit. That puts him 15-6. So David really wants to get hold of this block. Have a feel of the green with the lead in the block. He's also looking for a little bit of family revenge, is David, because in actual fact Mike beat David's brother Ken in the 5th round actually, so David really wants to get his own back for Ken as well. Well, he sent his lead off the green this time, Mike Leach. Now then, let's see where David puts the block this time, because I don't think he'll go to the far side of the club. He may come towards the commentary. No, he's not. He's going down the bottom side. Now this could be dangerous, because if Mike does get in, then he's back on his own mark across the front of the club. May have slipped up here, David, with this. Well, he's certainly far enough. About 2 yards over that ball. A little bit of a chance for David. This looks to have a good rate on. Dead length, about a yard wide of the block. Well, Mike, this is Lucas far. Good ball, about a foot past the block, that's all. And David needs to take that ball out. If he can take that out and leave himself 2, he's back in the game. And he's certainly far enough. No, but he finds the gap, leaves another one to Mike Leach. I'm sure Mike will come straight across the front of the green again. This is his mark, into the fast corner. Difficult mark this to get a good length if you're not leading the jack. Very difficult. Well, he's got a good rate on, Mike's got a good rate on. Never so far from the jack this when it's finished. Good ball, about an inch away from the jack, that's all. Well, David's far enough to disturb it, far enough. Oh, I think Mike's still in. Yeah, Mike Leach is still in. Unlucky ball that by David. He just caught his ball instead of the jack. If he could have picked the jack up, he'd have sat in himself certain. And then Mike's played a short ball. May have left it deliberately short, I don't know, to try and block David's way. Far enough again, David, to do. Just sunk underneath, leaves Mike another. That takes him to 17-6. Now David really needs this block now. Really must get in this next end. Thumb peg back along the front of the club. A little bit further this time than the last time he went up there. Trying to catch David out, altering the length a little bit now. Well, he's played another good ball. Good balls them on that mark, really good balls.
Fletcher, Wallis, 8 across.
David's just gone out again, knowing he has to reach. He's just putting that little yard extra in and they're running on that little bit. Well, Mike's a little bit further this time. When he gets the 2, he may only have 1. Only 1. Referee signals only 1. David's played through at it. But again, he's not connected. And that takes Mike now into 18-6. Back again to the fast corner. Thumb peg mark. About 22-23 yards. Well, never a bad ball. Live and let live ball. Couple of feet off. David may just manage to beat that. Now then, is he far enough? Is he far enough? Just on the bottom side. Can't tell whether it's one. Referee's just having a look. Yeah, it's just sneaked in on the bottom side, that. I don't think Mike's far enough with this. No. No, he's let David in here. Played a bad second ball there, Mike Leach. And David's not took advantage. Just the one to David, but at least he's got the block back. He feel a lot better now. Needs a couple of good leads now. A couple of good ends David needs now. Try and take Mike off his game. Stretching Mike now, playing finger peg mark into the stiff corner. Left the block, only a couple of feet on the green. It's a good reaching mark this, you've got to be far enough. Easy to be short going up that side of the green. David's lead about 4 feet from the block. Mike's short with this. Never going to pass David's lead. Good tactic by David. After playing the short marks on the fast edge, he slung him into the stiff corner. And it's not easy to adjust going up the hill. Well, this looks further from Mike. Chances this. Chances. Yeah, good ball. Good ball. Good adjustment that by Mike, because he was about 4 or 5 feet short with his first ball. Come thumb peg towards the commentary position. Looking for 2 good leads now, Mike, for game. Well, he's not played it with this one. Not made a good lead this time, Mike's not. I'm sure David will beat that. Well, he needs to run. Yeah, about 2 feet from the jack. Well, he's no further. Good chance for David for a double. Have to run away. I think he's left it. I think it's only one. Could have done with the brace there, David, really. 19-7 down, 19-8 now. David's playing a thumb peg mark at 35 yards. He's played this mark well through the tournament, David. Played this mark very, very well in his opening round. In fact, he was beating David Copeland all but 10 on this mark, and then David got in. And David actually led the block at all but a cross, and David won on with the last ball of the game. So it just shows the game's never won until 21. If David can get a good run of the jack, it could make a big difference to the score yet. Looks like Mike's winning at the moment on the far end. David's far enough. He's certainly far enough. Now then, has it stayed in? No indication from the referee. Well, Mike's away after this one, but he's left it short. bad last ball that by Mike. Yeah, David gets another back. I'm surprised Mike was short with that last ball actually. It's not like Mike Leach at all to be short with the last ball. Well, David's left his lead short. A good yard short of the block. A little bit of a chance for Mike here. Just a yard shot. Now, will it creep in? Will it creep in on the bottom side? May just have won it, that ball. Still a yard from the block. Well, the crowd are tipping it short, but in actual fact it would have just sneaked in. He's running the back of Mike's ball. So Mike's just looking for another now for game. Well, it's on its way. No, it's short and not on a road. I think he was a little bit satisfied with one there. That's all but 9 to Mike. Back down to the fast corner. Thumb peg mark. About 28 yards. Well, he's not short with this lead. Definitely not short with this. Go good yard pass now. Trittles on down the brew. He's 2 yards past the block. And David's got a better rate. Better rate on this ball. Run a good way, yeah. Run again. Only 2 feet from the block. Well, this is not as far. This is not as far. No, he's left David in. Really needs a brace this time, David. Don't think he's going to make another though. No, left it short, just one more to David. That's 10-20 as they go. Now then, this looks a good lead. This looks a good lead this time from David. Nothing over really, only about 18 inches past the block. Finger peg mark, it swings quite a lot on this mark. If you get too tight, he'll peg underneath. Now then, what's Mike doing with this one? What's Mike doing with this? Oh, now then, has he shoved it to David's back ball? Yeah, he's nudged the block, but the referee indicates that he likes David's ball at the back. Now, he must be careful here, David, not to turn Mike's ball in. Well, it's far enough. Far enough. Far enough. Ooh. That would definitely put Mike game if he had connected with that. Aye, always tight. Nothing from underneath on that mark. And then David's back on his favourite mark. Thumb peg mark over to the far side. About 30 yards. If he can just get a run on this mark, David, he can play some really good balls. Of course, a tall boat, he can't afford to slip up. That's the problem for him now. Well, Mike's turned his back on that ball. Doesn't like that at all. Well, David, he have a good rate on again. Seems to have a good rate on. Line 2. Now the Mike's further this time. Further this time. But is it far enough to win? Is it far enough? I don't think so. We're having a good look. Two to David. Now then, I feel sure now that he'll come back into this top corner, finger peg. Yes, here it comes.
Taberner 13, Leach, all ball.
Jack's about a foot on the green, that's all. Well, David, looks a good rate on. Looks a good rate on. That's never a bad ball. Never a bad ball. About just about a yard past the block. Now then. Now then. That looks as though it may have won it. May have won it, that ball. Way, David. Way, lad. Flying this time. Well, that's game to Mike Leach. 21-13. Didn't quite get his leads together tonight, David, and one or two opportunities to get two, and he was only getting ones, and it could have been a lot closer than that really if David had took advantage with Mike with his second balls. Done well though. He done well, David Taberner, to get to the semi-final. Local bowler. There's no homester ever won this handicap yet, and David's been on the final night twice. So who knows? Next year could be David's year.
First semi-final off the green, Leach 21, Taberner 13.
I'll just be fucking strapped. Switched on it. Switched on.
Well, welcome to this, the second semi-final. Norman Fletcher having lost a toss. Gary having gone front peg, just over the crown of the green. Played a very good lead. Norman's not going to be short with his second wood. Gary line one, Norman a good second.
Yeah, two Wallis, yeah. Bang it through. Two Wallis. Two Wallis, bang on the skin.
A bit fortunate there was Norman. He could have finished up 2 down, but still the Uncle Wood went his way. A bit unusual for Gary, because he's playing a mark he hasn't played before. on this green. Bradley, good 2 yards short there. No one should beat this. Yeah, good ball, 18 inch off. Gary can't give it too much to do. Yeah, walk peg now. Stick back, I think. Yeah, difficult mark that. Short for 2. Should be a good game this. 2 cracking balls. Norman was in the semi-final last year. Going out to Bob Hitchin. He finished up losing in the final to Glenn Cookson. Gary has been a semi-finalist here before too. It was when he played Duncan in the final in atrocious weather. And Nicholson in that the other semi-final played Alan Orton, local bowler. Norman's gone thumb peg in the bottom corner. Played a decent lead, Gary short. Not much shorter length, I don't think there isn't, Norman. Come for a second here. Yeah, it's just given up. Gary, lovely delivery. Travel a long way for this tournament, Doncaster. Come with his father, Tony. Yeah, he's going in here. They should win it. Good ball. Just got round the back of the front woods. Wallis playing finger peg now, over the crown. Just underneath the crown. Want to mark that again, you can't give them too much. Put them back and they'll stick. Just going good with 3 yard is this, yeah. Oh, good 3 yards over. No one seems a better length. Yeah, he's on good length ball, just at the back. Put a foot behind. Well, he certainly took something out here as Gary. Down the hill. Down the hill. Just give up. No one have to be careful not to touch that short ball. Tony wants turning over. Give it a little bit more land. Play it safe. Gary will be disappointed with that lead he made there. Normally it's one of his strengths. Good leader. Of course we all know that Norman is a tenacious striker. Norman's taking him back. Thumb peg in that bottom corner. A bit fast down there these days. Had very little rain today. It's some drizzle, yes, it's just... But not dead in the green. The marks are still there and the balls are running on. Good ball, good lead there. Dead length. And Gary's not short at this. Just a speed, just taking him through, just sticking out. Just stayed on the green, right on the edge. Each one of these bowlers are key to win this tournament. None of them have qualified for this year's Bass. So there's a lot at stake. And he's back again, he's just stuck to back. No one seems to have a little bit more peg in his balls than Gary.
Leach 10, Taberner 4.
Norman's coming by now, yes. He's coming back to this top corner. Plain finger peg. Right over the crown. He's short of the corner to one side. This ball's on the way. Perhaps finish up just a touch short. Oh, he's a length. He's a good length. It's a good length. Dead length. Well, Gary's on the way again. He's on the road. Goes in, does this ball. Goes in. Win it. Won it for me. May not have done. The referee here is having a look. Norman's asking who's in. Referee Roger Pilkington gives it to Norman. Norman will have to be careful not to touch his short wood. Don't know what's turning over. Norman comes with a peg. On safe ground, he gets another one this. Two cracking woods. That's a good ball, the other peg. Line 2 here. Gary certainly want to save. He's not going to be short, he could touch his own wood. He's got a good length. He's just tightening up. He can shove back this against the peg. This is a winner. It's a dead ball. Oh, touches the jack. Turns it over, wood falls back and leaves Fletcher one. Terrific effort from Gary. Be disappointed. Perhaps deserved better luck than that. I'm sure Norman will go thump peg back into that far corner. That puts Fletcher 6-4 up. And leading out. Thump peg. Not going right in the corner. I mean, that's 7-4 now to Norman. Gary's going to have to get hold of this block. Because when Norman's on fire, he's a habit of scoring these twos, and the game gets away from you. Coming finger peg, back again, over the crown, to the right hand side of this top corner. About 3 yards in. A yard short that. Good land. Gary's played a little bit tighter. It tells me he's not quite got as much peg in his ball as Norman. This is a good wood. Straight on the block this. Good wood. Foot, nothing short, 9 inch short. Norman won't be short. You very seldom see Norman play a short wood. Just a bite. He'll come round on a length. No. And Gary can play that same wood. He's playing a little bit inside Norman's land. Safely comes in. Gives up for 2 though. Be disappointed there with Gary. You would have wanted 2 then. I would have expected 2. Certainly played for 2. Now, who's going to take this? Who's he going to send this block? Yeah, he's going finger peg over the crown to the far corner. A bit faster on that side than the side that they've just played 2. A little bit of peg over there as well. Could mark this. Length ball, and it's so important. Anything past the jack and it'll run on there, even though we've had this bit of drizzle. Good lead. That's a good lead. Just behind the block. Probably 9 inch. Norman's having a close look at this. Just touch short, good land. Just pegs away. Leaves Gary room for another one. Gary gets 2 here. I think we'll see one of, well, 1 or 2. I think we'll see one of Norman's strikes. Yeah, Norman's having to do it this one. Just over the top. Very dangerous with those strikes is Norman. albeit that they tended to let him down in last year's semi-final. I never saw Norman miss as many. And when he did hit, he tended to ricochet onto his own first wood and perhaps leave his opponent still one or possibly two. Six, 7 off the mat now. Wallis leading out. Thumping again over the crowd. Just gonna go, it's a good ball, there's touch the block, just behind the block. 6 inches, a good lead. Good lead on there, man. Just giving up. Norman had good land there. Yard short. Needs another yard in running there, does Norman. It's looking like 2 for Gary this. He's going to be lying 2 by the time this finishes. Just comes in front of Norman's ball. 2 foot short. Norman will be up to the end here. He's probably suddenly put it in.
Leach, wall.
Okay, it's Wallis's second wood there. Just knocks it nearer the jack. Count 2. Puts Wallis 8-7. So important to keep up with your opponent at this stage of the semi-finals. Gary's finger peg again, back over the crown towards the far side. It's a swinging mark. It must be a length, it pegs away like hell if you're short. Oh, it looks as if he played a good length here. A little bit tight if anything, I would say. But it's coming around. No, it's a good ball. Beautiful lead. Perhaps a foot short, that's all. He'll be satisfied with that, will Gary. And Norman's on a good road as well. This pegs round, this wins it. Wins it. In between Gary's lead and the block. Make it very difficult for Gary now.
The Ladbrokes bet on me, I don't know. 2 runs. Probably like 2 to 5 or 11 and 10.
Very difficult to hit the land on that mark there. Put them too far back and they shove away against the peg. He's coming around just to giving up, it's giving up. Side of his second wood. Norman looking for 2 here.
You level, Wallis.
Yeah.
He likes it. Ah, it's through. Onto the... Just rolls off the green. Fletcher 1.
8-7, Joe.
8-7 Fletcher. Fletcher.
Norman going in the top corner now. This is the stiffest corner normally, but over the years it has quickened up. All the local lads dug this trench out. It used to be very soggy over there when we had a downpour. The water gets away very well now, and it does run on. You can see Norman's through with his first wood. I can remember the time when you had to play past the block in that corner. Now it's become a more difficult corner. Good ball, he's turned over there, Norman. Still short, beatable is this. Now he's on a road and he's got a good length. This should go in, clear running. Just giving, it may have just given up. Yeah, Fletcher's 1 though. Norman's so keen. And Gary's so keen, both having got beaten in semi-finals in previous years. Norman last year and Gary about 4 years ago when Duncan won it in torrential rain against Roy Nicholson at Brighouse. Norman going in the what is the fastest corner? He's going a finger peg mark, which is a very difficult mark. He's played a yard over. Gary doesn't dislike this mark though. I think he'd be quite happy with the mark that But Norman's taking him on. He's played a good lead here. I think. He's a run down that hill now. He's on good land. He'd be quite happy with this. That's a length ball. Wins it. I think Norman's a bit short with this. Yeah, he's took too much out, has Norman. Shoves away now, he's short, it's shoving away against the peg. And I think Gary will comfortably come for 2 here. Oh, he's short, he's left it. Gary's short. Again, this is so crucial in these semi-finals that you take advantage of getting the 2s. This level of bowling and this class of bowlers expect to count 2s in situations like that. I often have losers look back and said, if only I'd got 2 there, if only I'd got 2 there. Totally different game. And back comes Gary over the crown. Thumb peg. Bowling towards the Marcus up. Again on this mat you can't give them too much to do. The stick back. Gary's played a good lead here. Good land, good lead. 9 inch short. Well, Norman's here, got a good length. Goes in for me, does this. Yes, it stops in. Pulls up just behind the block. Gary looks a little bit to back with this one for me. Yes, it's just not coming and Norman's in. No, not too carefully. He doesn't want to touch Gary's short wood. Plays another one. Plays another one. 2 excellent woods from Fletcher there. Had the confidence to come for 2. Perhaps knowing that Gary's wood was just on this side of the block. And if it had touched it, it would have tended to put it further away from the block then, rather than knock it nearer. Norman leads out finger peg. Not playing full corners as Norman. 3 and 4 yards short of the corner. It's all about the lead. He's played a decent wood here. He's played a good wood. Again, that finger peg mark. Well, this is on good land as well. It could run down the hill. Perhaps just giving up. Yes, he just wanted another half a yard and it would have took it down. Again, Norman's coming for another one. Just look at him. No question about it. Just pegging on this side of the block. Did he finish up the length? Nothing over. He's counting 2. Gary needs to run on a little bit more. He's tightened his land up a little bit. This should go in. This should go in. Won't peg as much as normal. Yeah, it has. Maybe save one or just whip round the deck. One for Norman. It just saved him. Second wood of Gary's.
11-2. So the world is money. Including.
Norman's gone finger peg into the first stiffish corner. Up and over the crown. He's running on there now. He's got a good length with this lead. Just a yard short. This goes in of Gary's, this lead, it's a good one, on the block. Side touch out from Gary. Norman will be up on this end. Certainly won't be short. Just playing to sit it out. Just going to give up, I think. Just gives up. Now what we're going to do with this second one? Is he coming for two or is he playing safe? Well, he's certainly not short. He has a good running wood, has Gary. Yeah, it's just going to give up, yeah. 2 yards short. Satisfied with one. Now where's Gary going to go from here? Bit of a nip and tuck game is this. Those twos on the card at the end are going to be crucial to this game. Gary's coming finger peg over the crown towards the centre of the club. Again, a mark which you can't give them too much to do. But these bowlers will know these marks now. They know what they can do, and they know what they can give them something to do. He's just shoving away on this ball on the wrong side of the ump. You see, he plays a good length. Just giving it a little bit too much land. Norman's better with this one. Better land. Short though. Just stopping on top of the hill. Just stopped on top of the hill.
Yeah.
Nothing short out of the hand really, that would, on that mark.
That's right.
Again, he's too far back. He's Gary with this. He's shoved back off that hump. He may be counting two there, but no, I'm sure we'll beat this.
I know what he's talking about. Again, you follow.
You've seen the problems that belie this mark has, Norman.
The what?
But Norman's done the same thing. He's shoved back. With that little bit of extra peg, it keeps him on this side. Comes right round onto the block.
Never used this. Hello, George. Hi. I'm very well.
Norman and Gary playing with
all I've got to do now is have a bet now if it made me cool.
lignoids, weight round about 211, 212. Norman just got that little bit more peg in his ball than Gary. Finger peg, Norman's gone back to the top corner. Probably a foot short of a length. That counts. Just up the hill. The hill just held it behind the block. Norman's got better land here. Pegs round onto the block, does this, goes in. Good wall. Gary won't be short at this.
You want the winner, Ronnie?
Be playing onto Norman's wood just to shoot the block back to his back wood. No, he's tight. Goes through the gap. On to Fletcher. Thought Gary was be a little bit concerned with Gary about not hitting a length. Norman's gone thumb peg into this bottom corner now. Left a short ball. Not much out of the hand is that. 2.5 yards short of the block.
Listen, your money will be there Monday morning on your breakfast table. It'll be on the first tee.
Just goes on the inside and drops down to the block. That's a good ball from Gary. That's what he wants. Start bowling length woods.
Then have an opinion of your own, Joe.
Well, exactly.
Norman's not too...
You see, you can't have an opinion because there's some players you never
Sure.
tap you on the shoulder, you don't know.
I'd be disappointed with that one, Norman. His first wood wasn't good enough to strike at Gary's Gary thought he was winning. This comes in. Can't run out. Gets another one. Won't run down that hill now. 2 for Wallis.
Well, that's reach on that green ground.
Gary going over to the far side of the middle of the green. Over the crown. Finger peg.
I'm Keppel in Bertie Wilson and Keppel. Or Hardy in Freeman, Hardy and Willis.
That's his mark. A bit tight, swinging away round. Not a bad length on the land, isn't that? Gary's not putting the leads down the way he expected him. Alright, as he expects of himself. Norman's on better land, just sticking out. Length ball, wins it. Always pegging into the block. Gary's give it a bit more land here. Seems to have a good length. He's behind though, he's behind Fletcher's lead. Fletcher's line in. Confidently coming for 2 is Norman. Yeah, scores in. Fletcher 2. Norman's coming to this far corner nearest to the camera, playing a finger peg mark. Runs on past the block here. Norman will want the length, good length wood. Just a shade to bite. Again, they won't come if you give them too much land. Gary seems a bit back here. His length is okay. Could shove back down here now behind Norman's wood. Should have tightened up a little bit. I thought he'd have learned from Norman's lead there. Fletcher's better with this one. Just shoves back now against the peg towards the block. Lies a length. Line 2. 2 good balls. Beatable. Needs a dead length wood though here from Gary. He's on better land. Better land. This is a winner for me. Winner touches the jack. Stays in. Wallis 1. Perhaps would have gone out with without kissing the jack there, would that? But Gary be satisfied. He was fair enough to kiss the jack. He just holds his wood up. Pensive Gary now. Where's he going to take this? Where's he going to send this block to? Put a good lead down. That's what he needs to do. Start leading. Just on the other side of the crown now. Thumb peg mark.
Wallis 13, Fletcher 16.
You're not happy with the lead. It won't come there. It shoves back.
We did that move, Joel. Bad memory. Speeding.
Had a jump there, did Gary though. 1 or 2 jumps on the green, but still, it's not throwing it off the land so much. Norman's on better land. He could fall now. Short, a yard short. Not easy to put good leads down on this green. So many different paces on it though. The ballers know it, but it's never the same twice. And it's such a hard green to play. Better with this. Still short. Perhaps just lying in there is Gary. Norman's playing on his own wood. Hits his own wood. It could go in possibly for 2. Certainly 1. Difficult to tell from here. Fletcher certainly won. Fletcher won. Puts him 17-13 in the lead.
Ah, 13. You're right,
Norman's coming thumpeg now. Again over the over the crowd. Good length. Good length this ball. Just sticks the length. Beatable, but Gary needs to beat this. This is better. This is the winner for me. Coming in. Stays a length. Just behind the jack. Just behind the jack. 9 inch. The referee points to the winning ball. Norman comes with his second wood. He's a little bit tighter. Better length. Sticking back. Sticking back. Doesn't win. A bit tighter with Norman's second wood there, and he would have sat on Gary's back ball. This is coming for 2. This is the winner. This is the first one. This is. Inch short of the block. 2 good woods. Brings Gary back in the game now at 15-17 and leading the jack. I think we're going to have a tight finish to this game. Both players full of experience.
Wallis 15, Fletcher 17.
Certainly none of these bowlers will take. Just under the crown, Gary's led finger peg. Swing round now, right to the jack. I think he's played a good lead. If we come round, it's a good lead. Dead length. Nothing on it. It looks to me about 2'6" behind the jack, does that. Norman looks to be tightening and pegging a bit too soon. Giving up, he's a yard and a half short. Well, Gary's on the way again. He's a bit further than his first wood. He's not short. He's held up well as that. Yes, he's held up well. I thought he was further than his first wood. He's lying behind the block. Line 2 for levelling the game at 17s. Norman strikes. He's underneath again. There's 2 strikes and 2 misses for Norman. Levels the score at 17s. What an interesting game this is. Very good balls being played when you consider that the green's not easy at all to play. We've got a little bit of drizzle today, nothing excessive, but just taking that little bit of fire out of the green. I bet Norman's been praying for rain today. Norman likes the stiff greens and corner man. Gary's coming back. Thumb peg just under the crown. Again, this is a good lead from Gary. A yard short. Sorry, it's a good lead. I thought he was on the block. He's good land. Norman's further. This is the winner. He'll stick out. He'll not peg a lot. Not peg a lot. May have given up. Easy to be short coming back this way. Well, Gary's no further, I don't think. He's no further. Be disappointed with that. Norman should get in here now. Wide gap there for Norman to come in between his first wood and Gary's first. This will go. He wants a kiss off his own and it's gone out. He run down the hill and left. Wallis won. Gary's very fortunate there to get away with that. Norman will be disappointed. It's Gary 18-17 in the lead. Stick to the mark he played before and go finger peg under the crown, I'm sure of that, towards the far telegraph pole. Pegs at the death. Pegging all the time and comes back parallel with where the bowlers are standing.
Don't win 2.
Well, horizontal to where the bowlers are standing. Gary's coming down, he just wants to finish off, to run down that hill now. It's a good lead. It's a good lead there, is that? He'll be happy with that. Norman's just pegging a little bit too soon. He may have given up. May have given up that. Yes, it's gone in. Well, Gary's on the good way, he's on a good land. He comes round here now, he just put that little foot in. Gone round the back. Fletcher's in. Just run out behind, down the hill behind the jack. Norman's coming here to go 19, 18. He's short with this. Is he short? May have given up. Norman's looking for 2. No, he's only 1. 18 across. Norman's gone finger peg into the far corner. Looking for a good lead here. Runs on a bit there. He's not played a bad one. He was foot short. Good lead. Gary seems to be on good land. Wants it to run on. He's giving up. Giving up good land. A yard short. Wants another yard and run again. Fletcher's coming for 2 now. On safe land. Going in for 2 is this. Passes Gary Shortwood. He's line 2. Well, I think Gary has put it in this time. He's going. He's certainly put something in it. Clear running he wants. Gone in. Gone in. Good ball. Good ball. Through the gap. (19-18) to Wallis. Norman just gave Gary that little bit of room to play his second wood with confidence, knowing he was just a yard short, and he took full advantage of it. Gary's gone thumb peg just under the crown. Another difficult mark, one that you can't give them too much, and if you narrow them they whip away. Played a length wood. Beatable. Certainly beatable. Norman's on better land with this. For me, he's on better land and he's running in. He's gone in. May have given up. Referee's just having a look. Both bowlers will want to know. Length wood wins. Norman's just a touch short. Probably needs to turn his own wood over. Gary will not want to touch it. And yet he'll want to count 2 to lie again. Again, he seems to be played a good lead, played a good second wood. It's going in. This beats his first. He's lying game. Fletcher's pondering now. Norman's played. He's got to say. He's got to say. To stay in the match. He's tight. He's whipped round. Through the gap. Wallis 2. Game at 21-18. Very good game. Very good game. Albeit that both bowlers will want to improve on their performance for the final. But Better leads on. Very good semi-final.
Well, the two players on the green now for the final of the 1990 Matthew Brown Open at the North Ashton Village Club, which of course is a Bassmasters qualifier. And the thing in this final, it should be a cracking game, and neither player has yet qualified for the Bass, so they both really need this one because it's getting to the end now of the Bassmasters qualifying events. I think Gary's in the last 16 of the matches even used to try in. They're both touch players. It should be a cracking game, and that's a good lead by Gary. 6-inch ball for his first ball. Just pegged out on the top. Good length, just pegged over the top.
Clean.
Unlucky, took the ball out clean and his ball shot onto the jack, which flew off in the top corner. It was a good strike, but a little bit unlucky there for Mike. Tournament organiser, Brian Shaw.
For a bit of meat.
Good lead, good lead.
He's giving it a jump. Hell of a jump.
Even Blake. Hit on Joe. Joe. Oh, I see.
I think it was in 1986 when he was beaten by Brian Duncan. Went flying through with that ball. Another one to Gary.
Have you turned it on? No.
Now Gary's come back and played the same mark that he led the ball. Coming nice again. Good ball this. Good ball this. Nothing over. Foot past the jack, that's all. Peggy. Will it peg enough? No. It's a perfect length. Perfect length. 18 inches wide. I think Gary's on. Ah, it must be closer than it looks from the competent position. Brian's having a good look.
Very, very close. Can't split him into measure.
It's 13-2. Oh, now then. It may be 1 for 1 now. So Gary.
What did he say?
Set on it. Set on it.
Chances this ball. Chances. Wins it. Good ball by Mike Leach. Good ball. Now then, is Mike going for the far corner to get on his favourite edge? It looks like.
Take 11 and 10.
Take 11 and 10. Take 11 and 10, you don't make me winning.
Oh, nice.
Tight, a little bit tight with this. And the yard passed.
With this.
Well, Leach wins.
Ball Mike, 10 1.
Take 11 and 10.
Take 11 and 10, I'll lay him in misses. Take 11 and 10 once.
Well, Gary, you look short to me. Looks short this ball, yeah. Left it short his last ball. One to Mike Leach.
Take 6 of that. Take 30 of that. Don't lay 30 and 40. Hey?
Come on, Ali.
Lay 30 and
I am Leach.
You was Leach.
Looks a good rate on. Looks a good rate on this ball. Good lead by Mike Leach. Foot past the jack, that's all.
Still got him on it.
It's running, just sat in the back of Mike's.
Do you want it?
Now then, has Mike taken too much out of this ball? Has he taken too much out? It'll run on a little bit. He'll have to run. He'll have to run. Died. Only one. Just one to Gary.
You lay. You're half a quid short.
Keep your in laughing. Keep your in.
Yard over with his lead.
We're laying it down. We're laying down to 10 on Wallis. 10 on. Take it down to 10.
Check it. 10. I'm writing for no. Not writing for but no profit.
Who's in there?
Evens that way, evens that way, evens that way.
Do it concert up.
Yes.
No, it may have died.
What's the message on the concert?
He'll take father ball.
For this one. Could be a brace. It's fell over. Oh, Gary's kicked one in. Yeah, 2 for Mike Leach. I feel sure that he'll lead back into the corner. No, he's fooling me this time. He's coming.
Father ball, Wallis. 8 to 11 to Leach.
Right.
It's on the road and it's a good length. Real ball. Real ball. Front touch you.
Swing ball.
Far enough. Far enough to disturb it. Oh. Well. Unless Mike covers it again with this. Running again. Maybe 2. Luke's 2. Looks like 2. Well, Gary, it's far enough, far enough. Can he get the gap? Can he get the gap? Yes, it's won it off his own ball. Tremendous ball by Gary Wallis.
Wallis, what?
Oh, I think you did have 2 starts. Wallis 5, Leach 6.
You're working what, Frank? Frank, you're working for it? Can't go to the evening news.
Hey lad. Hey boy.
Very good job, Luke.
Hey boy.
You can back him at 3, didn't he, Frank?
Hey?
You can back him at 3, didn't you?
I won't be doing that.
Come on, come on.
What can I have?
Please go.
Oh, go very loud.
Wallis, what?
Because Mike's been playing really well on the shorter marks. And of course leading the jack, Gary's got a good
I don't want to know that. I don't want to know that.
ball. Good ball this, real ball. Tremendous ball from Gary Wallis. One way or the other, you slip away or peg too much. You have to be bang on the road on this, Mark. Mike's left. Well, this lat's getting another 13-2. Yeah. Now it's not going to be easy for Mike to pass these balls. Definitely further, but is he far enough? Is he far? He may save one. Yeah, a good saving ball that. One to Gary.
There's only one. Definitely only one.
And your daddy lost time. That's the other one.
Wallis, Wall!
So it's 8-6 to Gary. Waving it on. It'll just get in the frame, that. Could win it clear, could win it clear. Oh, he sat straight into the back of Mike's ball. Knocked it a foot from the jack now. Unlucky ball, it was a winner clear.
Just down his head at one.
You were over a bet.
Mr. Leach, not
Yeah, no, he's give it up. Give it up, this ball. Just the one. Left it short. And then Mike's leading thumb peg down into the fast corner. Swings around quite a lot. Well, he's a good rate on. Good rate on this ball. Good ball, this. It's a difficult mark to play.
Well, Leach wins. Leach wins. They're on the concrete.
Yeah, he's just. Well, Mike's behind this ball. Looks like another. That's two.
when he went to this
You know where your legs are.
Short. I think it's short, this. Maybe a brace for Mike. Looking for two. Well, it must be fairly close. Calling for the measurers. Of course, we get the usual witty whistles from the crowd. I think that's the first time the measures have been on tonight, actually. No, just one to Mike. I'm sure he'll be thumb peg this time up the side of the green, across the front of the club. This is his favourite mark. He's certainly got some chalks on this mark, Jude.
Dover, let's have it. Come on, Dover.
And away he goes after the ball. Likes it. He likes it. Likes it. Certainly further than Mike. Certainly further with this. Peg round the back. Good ball. Good ball. No, well underneath. Chance for Gary for another. Has he got another? Or not? No, just the one. Gary's coming back into the top corner where he was unlucky 2 ends ago when he landed in the back of Mike's ball and knocked him to the block.
Wallis 9, Leach 8.
Dead length. Dead length ball, foot wide of the jack. That's a good lift.
He got Michael. He got Michael. Nothing up.
Even what though?
On a length side.
Yes.
Oh, again.
It's to be underneath again. Looks on the low side. And short as well. It's only pegging up because it's short. Been far enough it would have sunk down with his other ball, that one.
Wallis 2.
Some consolation.
Well, the crowd in the far corner like it. Oh, he's run on a little bit, is he? Probably 4 feet past. Mike's slapping his thigh, he thinks this is far enough as well. Well, it's only a length ball. Well, Gary's on a good road. Depends on it. He's on a good road. Depends on his length. The crowd are tipping it.
Do you want to go?
Wallis 12, Leach 8.
This time. Looks better this. It's just sunk under. I don't think it's won it. Just sunk underneath. That's what I was saying about the land. You've got to be bang on the road on this mark. Well, he's took a little bit too much out this time, Gary. It's another good ball, but he's Now then, he looks a better length. Will it stay on? Will it go on the peg though? May not have won it. May have just pegged out that ball. Yeah, it's taking one out. Gary's looking for two. Mike's having a quick put the feet in job. Before he decides whether he's sent for the measures or not. No, conceded. 2 to Gary. Back on the same mark. Finger peg. Well, it looks to be far enough to me. Looks far enough, this ball. Yeah, same as his last lead. The tip in this one. The tip in this one in the corner. Just won it. Yard short. Well, Gary, he's far enough again. Far enough, this ball. Yeah, good adjustment. Dead length.
Wallis, go! 3 leads. 3 leads. Anybody wants to let it? 3 leads. Wallis 15, Leach 8.
Well, at this end, and Mike's in a little bit of trouble there. And he's played another good lead. Tremendous ball, this. Really good ball. Really good ball. From where Mike's standing. No, he's just underneath. Perfect length, but he's just underneath. Run away. Run away. Giving up. Only one.
Yes, only one. Yes.
Mike's having a little bit of banter.
Aye.
Oh, he's done it. Tremendous strike. Really good strike by Mike Leach. No change of expression on Mike's face. The edge of greens. I've seen him in lots of tournaments, and he loves playing up the side of the green. Well, he's not caught Gary out anyway. Gary, he's certainly reached.
One out, yes.
Mike may not have doubled up though. I think it's only one. No, has Gary taken too much out of this? Oh, he's not on the road, he slipped underneath. No then. Has Mike got 2? Just wait for Gary to get to the end and have a look.
Can I not come down this one?
Leach 2!
They'll come into a bit here, they'll get ball around.
Playing the full corners this time, Mike. Down into the fast corner. Now then, is it staying on? Is it staying on? Ooh.
No, it's gone.
Thumb peg mark just over the crown. About 30 yards. To run a little bit if it misses. Always pick the jack up full. Will it creep past? Just dying. On that mark. Certainly far enough. Yeah, the speed just wouldn't let it do the work. It was nearly impossible to win actually on that mark. So it's Mike.
Don't when he gets in front.
Go!
15-13.
6 double Leach.
He likes it. No, a little bit short.
Normally short of that. On the block.
Wallis 2! Wallis 17.
See the winning post in his sights and a place in the bass. Just got to concentrate now on a good lead here. Well, he's played a reasonable ball here. Fair ball this. Dead length, a good lead. Is it going to die? Is it going to die? Just died, yeah. 2 feet short. Then this may not get another. No, he's on the low side. Missed the land this time.
On the road!
Like this. Now Mike's flying with this. Flying! Yeah. Big ooh from the crowd. Leaves one to Gary Wallis. 18-13. Just while waiting for Gary to set the marker. Back on his favourite mark across the corners. The crowd are telling it to run. Yeah. Slipping underneath. Yeah, it doesn't count. The crowd are telling it to run away. It's on the low side as well. I think that's last. Well, this looks low as well. It's really caught him out this time, this mark. I think that's about the worst end of the night, actually. Really let them slip that time. They haven't yet decided who's in though. Well, Mike's had Luke from this side, going to the other side. Shouting for a measure. Big end this for Mike Leach, because if Gary is in this end, then he's a big 19-13 lead. Mike really needs to be in at this end to have to give himself a reasonable chance, I think.
Leach, one!
Leach 14, Wallis 18.
Fair enough. Yeah, that's a good ball. Dead length.
No, but the way she was doing it when she was just trying to
For the top. Luke's on the top side with this, Gary. Well, he certainly reached this time, Mike. Gone off the green, actually. Well, that's gone off the green there then. Gary may have a bang at this because his own is certainly not in the way. No reaction from the crowd, so it was always going to miss. Another one to Mike, clawing his way back. And then let's see this time whether he does go up the side of the green. He went up the last time he was in this corner, and then Gary got in. So Will he risk it again? He's having a look round. He hasn't decided yet. Yeah, he settled for it again. But I think this time he may have gone straight peg, actually. Yeah, he's gone straight peg this time. See if he can catch him out going the other peg. Short. Won't reach the block, this. Oh, short. 4 feet short of the block. Really got to get him there on this mark. And Gary's further. It's never a bad ball. Now Mike will have to be careful he doesn't get on the low side. If he gets underneath Gary's ball, it'll sink off the green on this mark. Now then, is he far enough? The crowd are tipping it short again. The crowd are tipping it short. And it's on the low side. Can't win.
Change rules, Joe.
Change rules.
Change rules, man, in North Ashton.
Wallis, whoa!
Chances this. Chances with clear running. Good ball. Good ball. 18 inches short of the jack. Further than his other. He's further. Further. Could win it, this ball. Yeah, good ball. Good ball. And then Max had a little bit of banter with the crowd. With the bootmaker, I think, actually. And then he's changed the peg again, Mike, this time. I think he's coming thumb peg. Sorry, he's coming finger peg down to the fast corner. Well, it'll trickle on a little bit. No, he's picked the jack up. Good ball now, that there.
You're 2 leaks yet, first in. 2 leaks, first in. Well done.
Hell of a chance, this ball. Oh, real ball, real ball. The crowd are tipping it as weighed in. The crowd are tipping it as weighed in. Is it far enough? May have died. May have just died, that ball. Just the one. Enough? Is he far enough? He's died about a yard short of the jack. Low side, pegged away. All we've got to reach going up the hill. Oh, he's played a no ball this time, as Gary. Really disgusted with himself with that ball. Now then, he's reached this time. Is he too far though? Has he gone out? Yes, and Gary Wallis raises his hands in triumph. I'm sure he's really pleased about that, Gary. He's entered this tournament on a number of occasions. Had a lot of disappointments, and he really needed this one for his Bassmasters qualifier. And I'm sure he'll play in the Manchester Evening News a little bit more relaxed tomorrow, knowing that he's got this one under his belt. A really great performance from Gary. A good final, but Mike didn't quite play his game, I don't think, when he went a few chalks behind in the final.
You win 50, lose 40.
Take your mic out now, eh? I'll check it out.
Supporting us throughout the tournament, and also thanks for joining us this evening. It's a pleasure to see you. I'm glad you stayed with us. Before we make the presentation, I can tell you now that the speech is a lot shorter than it's been in previous years. But however, we are very, very grateful, firstly to the club committee for allowing the tournament to take place. I'm very grateful to them for giving me the go-ahead to do it. And we're also very, very grateful to Matthew Brown for the 5th consecutive year they've sponsored this tournament to the tune of £750. And before we continue, I'd like to say that Matthew Brown send the sincere apologies at not being able to attend this evening and make the presentation. They have asked me to do it on their behalf. The reason being that Matthew Brown had a very big meeting taking place tonight, all of whom have had to attend. Peter Taylor and Steve Connors both had to attend, and then Steve goes on his holidays tonight. I believe the meeting, one of the points on the agenda, I gather, is that they're seriously considering reducing the price of beer. So I should imagine that meeting will go on for a very long time, into the early hours, no doubt. However, In their absence, I would again, through the club committee, like to say very many thanks to Matthew Brown. I hope they'll continue to sponsor the tournament. As long as they continue to sponsor it, we'll continue to run it. And all those who supported us throughout the tournament, which is from the last Friday in May throughout till tonight, we're very grateful to you. I'm also extremely grateful to all those who assisted me throughout the tournament. The names are endless, and in previous years I've endeavoured to go through the names individually. However, rightly I was picked up last year and the year before because I omitted to mention one individual's name. So to all those who have assisted, they all know who they are. Many thanks. It can't be done without you. You are the foundation, the solid foundation of a bowling tournament. The bowlers are very important, the spectators are important, but it's those behind the scenes who do all the work while the bowlers are enjoying themselves. To each and every one of you, many thanks. There are one or two names that do need to be mentioned because they are the silent ones. I have a special mention for Harold Taylor from Bury, Councillor Harold Taylor, who does a tremendous amount for bowling and has ensured and made sure that we get the results in the national papers. To all the local papers who's had the information and who have published it, I'd like to have seen more, especially since we've had local bowlers in the handicap, but nevertheless, you can only give them the information, you can't force them to print it. And also to Mrs. Nellie Adamson and Mrs. June Pryor, who throughout the tournament, Mrs. Adamson's come down 5:30 to ensure that the facilities are there for the bowlers when they arrive prior to practice, and June who's come down and ensured that the blocks are here. And it's surprising when you've got women involved in bowling, we organise ourselves around them, don't we? Many thanks to both of them. And I look forward here to the day when we've got a women bowling team here. Barbara Carhill, what about it? And again, before we make the presentation, a special thanks to two gentlemen who looked after the green, made it worthy of a competition of this nature. Through difficult conditions, we've had a very good summer, and when you have that, it's more difficult to look after a bowling green. To John Dooney and Bill Adamson, thanks very much indeed. And now for the presentation. I know one of tonight's bowlers needs to get away. His son is actually getting engaged this evening and he's the holiday on, so he's in Lumber already. There's been some excellent bowling throughout the tournament and especially again tonight. The pressure's on these lads and it's difficult bowling under pressure. However, to a local lad who's been in the final before, always does himself justice at this green, and we all know him to be an excellent bowler. He lost in the final in 1984 to Len Higginbotham, and it's like he said to me earlier, he's the first to admit that he didn't lead tonight, and that's what winning matches is all about. Will you give a warm round of applause to David Taberner and Gary Wallis? Hell of a nice lad. They're all nice lads who come here, aren't they? By the way, before we go any further, I would ask the semi-finalists and runner-up and the finalists to take note of your envelopes. Very artistic. They have been done by our own John Scully, and he makes an excellent job of them. They're worth saving. I know you want to get the money inside, but don't rip them all. To the second losing semi-finalist, he lost in the semi-final last year. It's always good to see him here, character of the game. He draws the crowds, and he's the one who wants to get away because his son's getting engaged tonight. Will you give a warm round of applause to a fellow who I hope he comes for many years to come, Norman Fletcher of England. Now to the runner-up. This is a bowler who's known throughout the circuit, hell of a reputation. I remember years ago taking a particular bowler to Cleckheaton in the All England. He couldn't get there, so I said, come on, I'll take you, Burnham. This fella beat him in the final. Atrocious weather. Mike will remember it well. It's the first time he's been, and we hope he'll come again. He's given all of us a lot of pleasure. Mike Leach of Preston. And now to the winner. Come a long way, this lad. Keeps telling me to get this handicap down to 3 visits. Perhaps you'll be happy to stay as it is. He came here, I remember in 1985, the mid-8 might be wrong here, but he made an impression on everyone, especially in the northwest on the bowling circuit. First of all, we came across him at the Waterloo, and he was on the end of everybody's tongue. I wanted him here. He came. He got into the semi-finals, I think. The weather was against him that day. Fletcher beat him. Sorry, Duncan beat him. That's right, Alan Hall was in the semi-finals. He played Roy Nicholson. Duncan went on to win it. So he has been a semi-finalist before. A young lad, tutored by his father Tony. Hell of a nice family. And he's going to win a lot more tournaments. He's represented North Ashton Village Club in the Bassmasters this year. He hasn't qualified already, neither have any of tonight's 4 finalists. So this is the first time that North Ashton's had a bona fide qualifying in North Ashton in the Bassmasters. They've all double qualified before. We give a rapturous applause to a cracking bowler, hell of a nice lad. He's going to win a lot more tournaments. Gary Wallis, Doncaster.
Ladies and gentlemen, many thanks indeed for turning out in such terrific atmosphere this evening. I have qualified for the Bassmasters for the last 2 years. I'm proud to represent North Ashton in this year's Bassmasters. Commiserations to all tonight's semi-finalists and runner-up. It's always hard, especially with Mike having lost in 2 finals that qualified for the Bassmasters now. I'd like to say a special few words to Brian and all his staff who have helped make this a competition worth winning and one that I enjoy coming to. To everybody that supported me and the rest of the competitors, many thanks indeed, and I hope to see you next year. Thank you.
Right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not going to keep you much longer, but there is another little thing I want to do before the artist comes on. And could we have Beverly Shaw here, please? This is the one that tells me, Dad, it's such a bore on telephone for you. She said they're a flaming nuisance. Stand here. I like to bring Beverly on this because she enjoys coming to watch bowling. She's got to know the bowlers, and I know the bowlers, when they do ring up, they always have a conversation with her. It's very nice indeed of you lads. And just to show my appreciation to 2 girls who's helped us throughout this tournament, I would ask them to please collect and say, enjoy these on behalf of myself, and thanks for all the hard work they've done. Mrs. Nellie Adamson and Mrs. Jim Pryor. Yeah, the work that they do is very much appreciated. And enough of me anyway. Let's get on to tonight's entertainment. I believe that this fellow's been to the club before. I believe he was very good. I hope you enjoy him. Have a pleasant evening. And again, many thanks for supporting us throughout this tournament. There was one lady who said, if you mention my name tonight, I'll crucify you. And she said, don't get me any flowers, we've got enough at home. However, I didn't get her any flowers, but I'd like to say many thanks to Rita, my wife, who supported me throughout the bowling season and me in the organising of this handicap. Thanks very much indeed, love. Good night and have a good evening. And last, you might have just had a dirty week from someone, but it's only because what I have failed to do is to tell you that between the 15th of September and the 30th of September, there will be a mixed birds handicap held on this green. It's being organised by Roger Pilkington, and I suggest that we give him all our support. There are about 17 places left. So, come on you girls, let's see you on this bowling green. It's easy from the side, let's see what you can do on there. 17 places. Anyone interested, please contact Roger Pilkington. Thanks very much indeed.